Welcome to the final video of my Inconceivable solo mode tutorial, and this is going to cover the final stage. There's really nothing too significant here difficulty wise, but it is useful to grab the torque bow right at the beginning of the stage, right behind this waterfall. With the explosive ammo upgrade, where you can replenish explosive ammo using Keegan's ability, it makes it a good weapon to have around, since you can constantly replenish the explosive ammo and keep it on hand for the entire stage. So yeah, you just got some wretches for a little while. You're going to be shooting at some of these wretches, or juvies I think they're called in this game, but very easy shit. The only real irritation in this stage is for me at least, was the final boss was a little bit irritating, because it can one-hit kill you, and it's a little tricky to know exactly what it's going to do. But I found a decent strategy for it, and they do give you a checkpoint about midway, so it's really not too hard at all. I believe this stage took around 53 minutes or somewhere around there for me to beat. But I'll have to check again after I finish this commentary. I'll list the full completion time. I think the whole game took me a little bit over 6 hours to beat on this difficulty for all the chapters, but I'll post the exact time after I finish this commentary. But yeah, there's nothing too difficult in this chapter. There is one part where there's going to be a boat ride, and it's actually useful to hoard up a lot of weapons and load them up onto the boat. But aside from that, there's really not a lot of strategy for this chapter. Probably one of the easier chapters. So yeah, just use your shield, and now that you have that torque bow, take out as many enemies as you can before the shield, runs out. You should be able to take out most of the enemies while that shield is up, and then just finish off the rest. You can also send in the female character with the sword stun move. That sword attack can kill off some enemies sometimes, so you can queue that up. Now you have some torque bow snipers, so take out the remaining final one, and now you'll have a scion that appears. And some pouncers. So a few headshots will take out that scion with the torque bow. I think you can take that scion out with one good headshot if you get a fully charged one. But for whatever reason, I needed two. Maybe I missed one of the headshots. I'm not sure. For this, I just used some of my fire grenades to finish off one of these pouncers. And then I finish off the last one with the torque bow. If they get too close, you may want to be aggressive, because they can kill you very quickly. So they can be very dangerous. They can kill you in one hit if you get hit with all the quills. But you have a pretty decent-sized arena to run around and take shots at them, so try to keep your distance if you need to. And just take shots at them from far away. And use your sword ability, queue that up. Because if she stuns it with the sword, you can probably do some extra damage while it's stunned. And I believe the sword attack does decent damage on its own, too, so it's pretty useful. The bolt talk, of course, is always good to have on hand. You can do a lot of damage with that. So here I went down the left path. I found that to be a little bit easier. But they're about the same. It's basically just clearing out more of those juvies, and then I think there's a drone or a few drones at the end of the path. But very easy. Restock your ammo if you if you want, or you can always do that between combat encounters by wasting up his ability. But yeah, it's very easy. All you really have to do is just stay back, and you should have a mulcher from one of the previous areas, so you can just use that. Or you can use the bolt talk like this and just pop them off. There's a grenadier down in that lower area. I'm not even sure if you have to kill those enemies down there, but I think you probably do, because I think you have to go down there. Or this area may require you to kill everything. I'm not completely sure, but it was easy enough to kill all the enemies. So yeah, the next combat area is going to be this, going into this this ship. There's M-bars on the ground too, so you have plenty of sniper opportunities. I have a sniper rifle, so I was able to get that somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but as long as you're searching the environment, you should have 2 sniper weapons by this point. A torque bow and maybe a sniper rifle, or you can have an M-bar and a sniper. Any combination of those 3 sniper weapons is good. I never pick up any of the shotguns or anything like that. I always, carry sniper weapons only for the most part. So yeah, a few headshots will do massive damage to those guys and take them out pretty fast. They drop tri-shots as well, and you have other shit on the in the arena that you can grab and bring into the next area. I actually go back to this area to get the, I think it's the rocket salvo. After I waste up the tri-shot, I run back here and replenish that. So yeah, once you go through that little doorway, there's going to be some more enemies. I think you may not get the checkpoint yet until you clear out the enemies that are inside that doorway. At first you have to take out, I think there's some of these enemies try to surprise you, but there's going to be some more enemies once you go in there. But it's very easy with the tri-shot. You can just clear it all out very easily. So yeah, now I grabbed the salvo, but I think I did end up going back and getting one of the other weapons. So yeah, this part very easy. You just deal with some of these robot enemies. If you have the salvo, you can just clean them all out very easily. Pretty much wipe them all out in a few seconds. So yeah, that clears out that whole wave, and then I guess I didn't have to go back to get the heavy weapon. I thought I went back for it. But yeah, this part is not hard. The main focus should be taking out the 2 large robots with the tri-shots. So go for headshots. You can take them out with 1 torque bow headshot if you do it right. If not, it may take a few, but once you clear them out, you got to deal with some, smaller robots that are easy. And you can stay really far back. You can use your shield ability. And then you're going to have 2 of these floating drones. Flying drones. So once those come out, maybe move back a little bit. And you can take some shots from way back here. You can shoot them with the shield on. It'll just, you'll have to damage it before the shield goes down. But still very easy. They take massive damage from any sniper weapons once the shield is down. There's also a little gap in the shield near the bottom where the gun is coming out. If you shoot in that gap, I think you may be able to hit them directly, but not completely sure. But it's very easy. So now you have enemies fighting each other. So you can just clean up whatever survives. I focused on the larger enemies like the Warden and the other large Scion type of enemy. I took those out first. But it probably doesn't matter too much. It's a pretty damn easy part. Just be careful of the snipers. The shield lets you take some shots at the snipers if you need it. It is kind of dangerous to pop up over this waist-high cover. But if you go to this wall right here, it's better. It's a little bit safer. Yeah, so now you have the opportunity to load up a bunch of heavy weapons and various other weapons onto the boat. So I recommend hoarding some weapons and just loading them up on the boat before you activate the lever on the boat, because then you're going to go on a little boat ride, and you'll get to keep all your weapons that you have loaded up on the boat. If you die, I don't know if the checkpoint saves all the weapons. That I don't remember, because I think I beat this on my first try. On this mode, I don't think I died here, so I wasn't sure if it would save it, but it's really not too difficult. It does help to have those heavier weapons for when the flock comes out, especially though, because the flock can take a lot of shots and it can pull some bullshit sometimes. So it's good to try to kill it fast. The tri-shot will kill it pretty quickly. You see I have a few tri-shots loaded up, some salvos, various weapons. So yeah, at this point I had enough shit. I pretty much loaded all the heavy weapons on. I think I grabbed one of the M-bars too, but I don't know if I ended up using it. This is a very easy part, and then after this is the final boss, which really isn't too difficult. So yeah, a few of these juvies may drop onto the boat, but I mean, very easy to take out. Just use the bolt lock. Your team ends up taking care of some of them anyway, so there's not really that much you even have to do. So now you have the flock that shows up, so that's where the tri-shot's going to be useful, the mulcher. Any of those heavy weapons will be good. I think first there's a few more of these loose enemies that show up. Might have an occasional drone. The tri-shot will tear through these enemies as well, so you should have a few of them loaded up anyway. And you can pick off those drones that appear up on the ledges. If you can headshot them, you'll get them out of there real fast. Of course, you can always restock your ammo during the fight by using the ability, Keegan's ability. But yeah, now you're going to want to grab a tri-shot or something similar and, you know, just start shredding them up. I think I wasted up some torque shots initially, but the torque does good damage to the flak as well. But the tri-shot, I think, is a lot better. They don't really drop too many leeches on the boat, it doesn't seem. So, I mean, you will occasionally have to deal with them, but I was getting one hit killed easier by these enemies in the lava chapter for whatever reason. But not too bad here. I didn't even die on this part. So yeah, now I pick up the tri-shot. And after this, I believe it's the last boss after this ride finishes up. And the last boss really isn't too hard. I mean, it can one-hit kill you with its vomit attack. But I found that if I kept circling around it before it came out of the ground, I would usually be, you know, circling around in the opposite direction of the vomit. So I'd usually be able to shoot it in the back of the head or something like that. So basically, I think the main strategy I would recommend is just circling around it. The torque bow works decent on it, actually. Does nice damage when you land torque shots. For a secondary weapon, I would probably recommend either the M-bar or maybe some kind of machine gun to chip away at it. That's why I took the Retro Lancer initially. But so as long as you're, you know, you want to put your shield up too if you have it, just for a little bit of extra, you know, insurance. But as long as you're walking around in a circle when it comes out, it seems like you have a good chance of circling around it and shooting it, not getting hit by the vomit. I mean, that's what I did. I died several times, but once I started doing that, it seemed pretty easy. Just keep circling the whole time. Use the pillars for a little bit of cover, too. That seems to help. And after this, you get a checkpoint. I believe this is the final checkpoint of the game. So all you have to do now is finish it off. You don't even have to take all of its health down to beat it. You have to get most of its health gone, but you don't have to take it down to the very end. I did kind of a risky maneuver, and I got the buzzsaw, which I found, and I just started using that. Since you get a checkpoint here anyway, I took some risk. But the buzzsaw did nice damage. The boom shot really doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, but the torque bow does nice damage, so I recommend the torque bow. I think the M-bar might be decent, but I didn't end up using it. I think I just ended up using the buzzsaw over here in this corner. And of course, if you have your shield available, you can use the buzzsaw with no real risk since you'll be shielded. But I just played a little bit aggressively, and I just kind of went all out with the buzzsaw. Wasted up all the saws. And then maybe finished it off with some torque bow shots. But not really a safe way to do it. I got lucky too, you know, but it ended up working. Yeah, now the boss is almost done. A few more torque shots will kill it. Maybe one more shot. Yeah, and that's it. So, really not that hard of a boss fight. And, you know, the game really wasn't too bad difficulty-wise, but definitely a lot of fun. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.